Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I don't even know which one. Did we figure? Do you?
That
what
one.
do you think?
That one.
Map will show that it obscures, or photo?
I think the map. You think the photo.
We'll do yours. Map.
Okay. Objection.
Seems it worked.
Woo.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Oh, like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes. And?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at this diagram. The place where you claim to have in fact taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, there could not have possibly seen the killer's car, which makes me wonder why I didn't contradict it earlier when you mentioned the car. But whatever, doesn't matter. I must admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. I got a photo that proves that.
That's right.
Fuck yeah, I got a photo!
It's not high at all.
Fuck! I got a photo!
I was able to see his car just fine.
Fuck you, Pat! I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Cha-ching! Your own photo tells the whole story, you stupid bitch. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge was an outcropping that was referred to as really more like a cliff. Yeah, whoa! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But you can still claim to have been able to see the killer's car. But you still claim to see the killer's car? Explain it. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Not a Canadianism.
No.
I have no idea what ballyhoo even is. Ballyhoo. Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that this escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. Of course, I knew it! I knew that was coming! That he was gonna say something that she found out, probably heard about the details in the lobby, or like, I mistakenly mentioned all the details of this case to her when she came in, or...
Ballyhoo is Scottish.
After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. I wish I had predicted that earlier because I knew it was coming. But
Well, you
she
did
was
talk about it.
But she was reportedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. What are you gonna do, Mia? Charge her with lying on the stand? They don't do that here. Oh, that was bad. You shouldn't have done that there. Oh, that's you.
Mr. Judge?
Well, what is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I think it came from the Turtles movie. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair!
Rubble.
I don't think that forgiveness should be preached within a court of law. Justice, where justice is supposed to reign supreme. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armado. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then, you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. You misogynist bastard.
He's starting to sound like, the guy from the birdcage. He's a guy who always plays a gay guy. I need to think about this. He's not from the birdcage.
You're talking about this guy. No,
yeah,
you're talking
but not
about...
that thick.
I know who you're talking about. Don DeLuise? Or are you talking about the other guy with... No, you're talking about the guy who has a beard. Well, Don DeLuise does too. Curly hair? Not bald. DeLuise is bald. The other guy has curly hair. I know who you're talking about.
Is that...
But he was the inspiration for... Delight.
His wife, right?
Yeah, Delight. It's not Nathan
Not
Lane.
Nathan Lane. Desi, yeah.
Desiree Delight.
Is it
Harvey
that Harvey?
Fierstein.
Yeah.
He's a bit part. Always playing that same guy in every role.
Do you hear that though? A
little
little bit?
Yep.
Sorry, it might
It's
catch
okay.
you now.
No, because I know the difference.
Okay.
Desiree was him, if anything. All right.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell us, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Well, I mean, Edgeworth just said that all the details were on the news.
Yeah.
Until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Doesn't matter. She heard it on the fucking news. Can someone explain to me that?
I don't know.
Defend
maybe we
Phoenix
need to
Wright
go
here.
forward.
Defend the game. Well, witness. Or
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Well, I'm certain he broke into the trunk.
is Armando actually addressing the witness the whole time? It seems like it. The fact is that what Armando is now bringing up directly has already been explained by Edgeworth. Edgeworth said she heard all the details that were reported on the news.
Because there were marks left on the trunk lid.
Okay, you probably heard that on the news too.
I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. So yeah, she
What?
knows all this stuff. She doesn't know that he actually stole the car.
But Falls
Had
has the keys. Yeah, Becky and I kind of went down that road earlier.
Yeah.
Falls has the keys because he stole the car, and it doesn't make sense for him to break into the trunk. The fact is, that's not on her to explain.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to piece. That's the part we're gonna have to piece together.
That's a contradiction of the facts. That's not a contradiction of her testimony. Like, if she knows that, she knows that.
Okay.
She shouldn't have to explain his actions. Well, what? Let me see that photo. I don't like that we weren't allowed to point that out. This is another instance in Phoenix Wright where something that would have been really fun to figure out on our own and to present to the court has just been explained for us. That would have been really... I'm so, like, excited that I saw that on my own and that I never ended up getting to use it.
Yeah.
It's true, these certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Fay, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said. Is there any contradiction there somewhere? It doesn't work, because he should have the keys. Melissa Foster.
Who are you talking to?
It looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said that you were in the field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. Could have been on the news. I don't know. The question is, when did you get a chance to see those scratches? But they just got done saying that all the details didn't...
Yes, they did. Phoenix Wright,
Yeah,
I think, is the explanation.
And I think that the direct quote from Edgeworth was that all the details were reported on the news.
Finally. I finally got her.
Why would the news report? But
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Phoenix Wright.
I just want to know what the exact line was from Edgeworth. It'd be hard for you to find unless you looked up the script, because you can't rewind the show.
I think you said the important details were in the news.
He said important details? That's what Mr. Jazzboast thinks. My mind's eye, I thought he said all the details. Or at least the details were. Thanks, Dumpling.
Aw.
I'm getting pretty tired waiting over here.
Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was
She happened to be passing by, she put the corpse in herself, or she is the owner of the car. The only real... Eh?
Aw, they're getting the script.
Anyways, I think that this is wrong to go with the top one, but that's the only one we can prove right now.
Because
If this detail wasn't in the news, then the only way she'd know is that she saw the car. She saw the car in person. Saying this one or this one is jumping way out to conclusions.
she couldn't be the owner of the car because it was stolen at a red light. And I think there were 2 people in the car. Then how would she be up the mountain? Already, it takes half an hour.
Did they verify? All I see is Dumpling saying, so no mention of the scratches. I think we missed one of her messages.
Thank you for looking that
I'm
up.
almost certain the top one is the wrong answer, even though it's the only answer that we can make at this point with our evidence.
I think so too.
Her knowing about the scratches does not prove that she's the owner.
Dumplings. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thanks. She's the owner of the car, it's her favorite color. I see no problem with this statement. I'm gonna go with logic, and I'm gonna say the only thing that makes sense at this point is that but even that, the way they word that, she happened to be passing by. All I want to say here is she saw the car. She's not talking about how she was at a different location at some point during all of this. That's what we can prove.
think she happened to be passing by.
It's not true, though. I'm sure it's this one.
No.
It could be that one. All right, let's do this one first.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wrong.
because she just happened to be passing by the area where the car was parked.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth. Frankly, Your Honor, hearing a pathetic response like that, I have to question whether or not such a pathetic lawyer should even exist. Did you hear that, Miss Fay? I believe Mr. Edgeworth just called you a knucklehead, not a thing we say.
But it should be.
It should be. Yeesh. Isn't that overdoing things a bit?
Let's see.
I mean, to get racist? That is overdoing it. It can't be number two. If it's number 2, oh, there's no way a little girl like that dragged her sister's body and put it into a trunk.
Spoilers. We don't know that it's her sister.
Yeah, it is. Hawthorne.
Her name is Melissa.
We know from
Foster.
previous case that her name is Hawthorne.
I know.
There's no way.
Come on, Mia, you can do it. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation.
It is number 2, I think.
Oh my
Holy
God.
mother fuck.
Clearly, this 100-pound, 90-pound girl carried this woman's dead weight.
Has anyone in there tried to lift dead weight, gotten a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend to completely go limp and tried to carry them? And I don't mean picked up a person, because usually when a person is picked up by you, they're helping. They're like hoisting their legs, they're readjusting their weight so that you can pick them up in the right way.
That's not how he does it.
Picking up dead weight is hard. Even with like 100-pound Becky here.
Pretty easy.
It's flopping all over the place. Like, it is fucking hard as hell. Even if you work out. It's hilarious watching Becky try to pick me up.
Yeah.
When I just go limp. She can't even like get my leg off the couch. She's so weak.
It's pathetic.
And I would say you're about Dahlia's size from what I'm judging here.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, let's jump to that conclusion.
Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself.
What an insane cliff to jump off of.
The person who really had the body in the trunk was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
This is insanity.
That's ridiculous. I could never. That was the man in the prison guard. He's the one that.
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key.
Oh, he couldn't have been distraught, having just committed a murder. And just completely...
There's no need to break it open.
Maybe those scratches were from before.
But he stole the car. He stole the car.
If I was Edgeworth in this, I'm sorry I'm getting all nitpicky, but god damn it. If I was Edgeworth right here, I'd say, there's no way you can prove that this car's trunk wasn't broken into before. This day.
I know.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Edgeworth, where are you on this? You're smarter than this.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would have never uncovered the truth. It couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there! If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. That's not even true. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself.
Timer.
I don't think that you can make a mistake about it. Take a look at their camera. If the camera's built into it, even a mini tripod. Almost as if the camera was just brought to take this picture.
Because only this camera. She said almost as if this camera was bought for this entire thing.
No. Brought
for this. Like to take this picture.
Anyway.
What are you saying then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Not true?
You can use an auto timer and stand right there and watch the auto timer work. In fact, if I were Dahlia right now, I'd say, I love playing with gadgets. It was my first time using the timer function, and I just sat there and watched it go off.
No. Objection.
What?
There's pictures of her.
Oh, it
fields,
wasn't the
and
first
she
time
was
she used it.
alone.
Okay, maybe she could say she, you know how sometimes you put the timer function on to take a few, like, selfie shots? And then the next time you go to take a photo, it's like, beep, beep, beep. And you're like, why the fuck? Oh, I left the timer function on. Bam, there's your explanation.
Exactly. She was not in the field.
Would the defense please explain further?
Listen, this is a crucial part. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
What?
No Frasger, no logic for you. Well then, please answer this question.
Whoa.
Where was Melissa Foster
Can't fuck
when
this
the
up.
incident occurred?
We're not allowed to point out scratches on the trunk, but now we're supposed to jump to conclusions of the exact placement of her when this shit happened? Are we to say that she was the killer then?
I guess, yeah.
Or do we say that she was the victim?
No. Killer.
What if they had their discussion, the killer, what if Dahlia called the meeting to both of them?
Maybe.
Had the killer show up, had the discussion, then he left, and then she came and she stabbed her in the back when she went to walk back.
But then the killer couldn't have left because she has the car and she put the body in the car.
What if she stole the car and he didn't? If only we could talk to our defendant.
What if she stole the car? He got caught in the car. He got caught
Driving away in
the
it.
car. Yeah.
What if she put the car? What if she put the what if the meeting took place first? She stabbed her in the back.
Oh wait, no, he would have had to arrive.
I just don't know that. All right, so you think it's the victim? You think she was the victim, or you think she was the killer, rather?
No.
What do you think?
I do think you are right. With her being the victim.
Yeah, because I still don't buy that the bridge was broken after, even if Edgeworth was somehow to weasel his way out of it.
And you don't know... I don't know how it played out, but you can't really tell who it was in the picture. Right?
Oh. So by incident, we're talking right now about the photo being taken, or are we talking about the backstabbing? That's the thing. They keep on using the word incident. What are we talking about?
The stabbing.
The stabbing or the photo, the altercation?
The stabbing.
Uh-huh. All right, so we don't have enough juice to make a mistake here. So, and I don't want to go through all that dialogue that we did since we last saved. My idea is that she was the victim.
Can we say right now?
No. My idea is that she was the victim because that's the only way. I think that there were two meetings that took place.
I think that the incident is referring to the photo.
The photo, not the stabbing.
Okay,
So in that case,
so
then she was
B.
posing as the victim.
Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing.
They shouldn't use the word incident so liberally.
Yeah.
It confuses you. What incident are they talking about? Because earlier, there was a contradiction about incident meaning stabbing versus photo.
Rubber.
Order, Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may? After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could have only been before the defendant met the victim.
Okay, so I was kind of going down that road moments ago, but what I'm saying is, like, if she planted the body in the car before he took off in it, that means that maybe he was caught in the car prior. What I'm thinking is that she planted that there was two meetings. If we're to think she's the killer, which is still jumping off a huge deep end for Mia, but we're not Mia. We know that this girl's evil. Two meetings. She first met with her sister, stabbed her sister in the back, put her into the trunk of a car that she stole, and then met with him and said something to him to make him want to run away, to just like take the car and go, and then he got caught with the body in the trunk. The only thing that would make no sense in that scenario is that the couple would have reported that a girl stole the car. Let's just keep going.
How asinine, of course, Mr. Falls met with the victim. I should save.
Thanks.
The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
It's kind of true at this point, based on what we have. You don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time that the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. Whoa, what? It's the only possible explanation. I could think of many other ones that make way more sense than that at this point, based on what we have. The woman that Mr. Falls met on that bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster! Let's try to remember.
I'm not dancing to this. Fuck this shit. Fuck all you who want me to dance to this. Holy shit, I've never noticed. Are those, like, is that bowing in her suit? Stretching? I always thought that it was just like decoration that went down the line.
No, I think it's like
Like her
busting
boobs
out.
are trying to get out. No, you want quasi dance? I'll give you that.
Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in the federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You were just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? Thank you, Edgeworth.
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like because of bringing the scarf,
Yeah.
the note.
Yeah.
Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note hair left by the victim. In other words, as long as you were wearing that scarf, like he asked for, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Even Gumshoe! I almost did. Well, what do you have to say, Miss Alyssa Foster?
It wasn't me. Mia has just proven that because it could have been anyone. But hear me out. She has proven that because it could have been anyone wearing the scarf, that it definitely was someone else wearing the scarf. That it couldn't have been the victim, even though anyone could have worn the scarf, the victim couldn't have. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't prove shit. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to see how this blows the case wide fucking open.